Chilling with the nicest, the flyest, Defynest Podcast.
Yo, what up, guys, man? Welcome back to the Defynest Podcast, man. The podcast where we defy the definition of ourselves in order to become the best. I'm your host, Michael Macedo. And today, man, I got a special guest, man. Guest, man. We go back some years, man. Goes by the name of Yung, man, a.k.a. Joe, also known as his real name, Yung Lara. Man, what up, man? What's good, man?
What's up, baby?
Man, it's nice seeing you again, dog.
Same here, man. It's always a pleasure, Mike. It's always a pleasure.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while since we got to hang out a little bit, just chill, just
but
kick
it's like it's cool because like that's how you know we got that because no matter how long we stay, we don't see each other. When we meet up, it's like we saw each other the other day or something. So I'm good to have that type of bond with you. You know what I'm saying? So and like with all my boys, it's always like that. We don't keep in touch, but when we meet, it's like, oh man, I just seen you the other day. Nah, it's been a minute, but it just get that feel, you know what I'm saying? So I like it, man.
Man, we always have a good time when we see each other. It's always a good vibe, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's always a good vibe, man.
That's what makes the times fun, So,
yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So, thanks for having me, by the way.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming doing this, man.
I feel like a little kid. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, you want?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, y'all tending to my son over there.
it's that dad life, man.
It's dad life,
It's that dad life, man. Yeah, so I always like to start the podcast by telling the story of how we first met.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Yeah. Okay. You remember?
You would have said? Because I think I remember.
You remember? Let's hear your version to see.
My version, we were at some house party, some party in Sam Houston.
Yeah.
That's right?
Yeah.
And we had some party. I was with my cousins, and I know you know them too.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this dude came, I was back I found a wall just chilling, peeping the vibe, and then Mike come in with his bottles, his hair long, his grill. I was like, who's this guy? I was like, who's this guy? And then they're like, oh, that's it. So I got to know him. And then the first thing he offered me was a drink, I was like, hey, I like this guy right off the bat, So, and then ever since then, he knew the people I knew, you know what I'm saying? He knew the people I knew. And then we just kept in touch. And then y'all been to me, the mob's biggest supporters, you know what I mean? And that was love. So I was like, hey man, I really fuck with this guy, So ever since then, bro, I've always, you know what I'm saying, been wanting to be a part of Mike and Mike be a part of me. Oh, no homo. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I feel like that with everybody I'm in touch with, as far as with the squad, the squad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Izzy, Bebo, Design, everybody stick a mob.
Yeah, man. So it was a crazy crazy thing, man. Yeah, so it was a party. It was so your cousins with one of my friends that I went to high school with.
Yeah.
So and she was going to Sam Houston State.
Yeah.
So she was having a little get together at her apartment. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, we'll go up there and we'll chill for the night, have some fun, get some, drink and just hang out, man. So yeah, man. So I get there to Sam Houston and I see Yung, and I was like, man, I think I know this guy. I was like, man, I saw him and I was like, man, he looks familiar. And how I knew you was because I knew you were part of Stick Up Mob.
Yeah. That's right. Because you said a track that we did, and you're like, yeah, I like that. I was like, oh, okay. That's I was like,
because I was like, man, I know I seen this guy somewhere, and then so I was like, then that's when it kicked me. I was like, you're part of Stick Up Mob, aren't you? Yeah, because this goes back, man, because I told this story, I guess, with Bebo, and I told it with Izzy too. But yeah, so I went to school with Damien D-Trey, and then so he ended up becoming part of this rap group called Stick Up Mob, and from there, once he joined that, that's when I started following along all the music and stuff like that, and that's how I first saw Bebo, how I first saw Izzy, how I first I knew of you.
Yeah.
I had never met you at that point, but I knew of you.
Yeah.
And then so when we get to that party, I was like, I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. And I found it like so weird because I was like, it was just like some random party at the right, like across the street from Sam Houston University. Yeah, so Sam Houston State University. So I was like, man, all right, so I'm gonna run into this dude who's part of a group that some of my friends are part of. So I was like, man, it was just crazy at a friend's, little get together at an apartment, man. And that's how we ran into you. I was like, oh man. And then like, I was like, I knew the name, I knew your face. Yeah. And I was like, I knew some of the music you did. I was like, oh yeah, that song's tight, just man. I like
two and two together and do that, yeah. But man, it was, and ever since then, bro, like we've always been A1.
Yeah, man. It was really crazy, man. And
any show we did, you was always there. You know what I mean? Man. Shit. That's why we keep people like that around us, because that's real love. You know what I mean? So I've always appreciated it. I've always looked up to you because I was like, man, this guy's, you know what I'm saying? He holds it down for us, So that's like a big thing I look at too, like you were there for like a lot of our shows, like a lot of our shows, you know what I'm saying? And like you always, took care of us too. I made sure we were nice and full, but yeah, man, like that's what I remember, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. So that was always a good one. Whenever you see us had a Stick 'em Up show, Mike was there. Him and his boy Santos. I remember Santos.
Shout out to Santos, man.
Yeah. So yeah, man. And ever since then.
Yeah. I always wanted to know, because a little backstory. Like, how'd you get into music? Like, how'd you first start like rapping?
I got into music in ninth grade. I started writing.
Okay.
But of course it was like trash or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I would show my friends, hey, does this sound tight? Does this sound tight? You know, and like they were like, yeah, that sounds good. You're like, oh, try putting it on a beat or something. You know what I'm saying? Try to make it on a beat. And I end up knowing some guys who do music, like who did it off a little computer, and a little microphone. And they're like, yeah, man, come over, try to rap. Of course I was nervous. I was like, and then I got comfortable and I spit, and like back then there was no like mixing and shit. You just recorded it on track and just put it like how it was. And then everybody was like, oh yeah, that's you. I was like, yeah. They're like, that ain't you. Okay, all right, cool. I kept going. So from ninth grade, I just kept going. Of course, getting with different people, like mixing vibes and chemistry, And then I got with my, as time went on, I kept doing it. Shit, I did that for the majority portion of my life, just writing. That's how I found my relief was writing, just like fighting is now. That's how it was, So I'd get with different people, stick with a couple of the same guys for a long time. We just work well with each other, And then I got with my cousin and we started doing like bigger shows. I was like, oh man, like this is getting dope, And then after a while, I met a mutual friend of me and Bebo, and then just got with them and have been doing music ever since that time, And then so that's how I really got into music. But I've always liked any form of hip hop, which would be breakdancing, graffiti, rap, but I'm mainly attracted to rap and breakdancing, So that was like, I was like, man, let me try, So I started just jotting one day in ninth grade and started showing people, and they're like, yeah, it's dope, And then, of course, I stuck to like one topic for a long period of time, and it was like, all right, let me try to talk about something else, But it was working, so I was like, okay, shit, I guess I'm good at it, Like I don't really like to be like, oh yeah, I'm the greatest this, greatest that. I like to be like, okay, well, cool. If they like it, I guess people fuck with me, So that's pretty much how I got started. It was just like, it was love from, I would always watch, Bone Thugs and Harmony. They're my inspiration, Bone and like guys who rap for Twista, all them. Like I wasn't really a Houston rap scene kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, you know what I mean? Like I always
like ventured out. Up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I always like no disrespect to it, but like I've always, ventured off into like other things, like do or die, Twista, Midwest shit. That was my style.
Like lyricism.
Yeah, and of course New York, New York stuff. Just the way they spit it, delivered it, what they were talking about, and I was like, yo, that's dope. I've always loved that shit, So I was like, well, let me try to see if I was like, I can't fuck with them guys yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with them yet. So, but I just kept doing my thing and like making sure like if anybody was on, you know, going to be on track, I wanted to make sure that people like, oh, who was that? Oh, bring that boy's verse back. You know what I'm saying? But like messing with guys like Bebo and Izzy, I can't. Like it's hard. You know, I got to keep up with these guys. It's like, oh shit. All right. I finally met my match. You know, because other times, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'd be like spitting better than them or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I want somebody who can match me, make me want to rewrite my verse and stuff like that, you know? And I get it with these guys. After a while, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to just stick with what I got. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, music is like a form of competition, you know? Like, you just, I can spit better than you, or no, you can't spit better than me. So that's always been dope, you know? Anything that involves like a little battle, like I'm with it, you know? Like that's why I guess the music and the fighting blended so well, you know, because I just went right on to one after the other. But yeah, man, the music. I miss the music.
You do?
I do. Like I do every now and then I'd write, you know what I'm saying, just to see if I still got it. And it's hard, bro. I guess because it's like a mental block that you kind of gotta like.
You gotta get into into the right mindset.
Yeah, it's different, man.
It takes practice.
It's different, bro. Yeah. Like I can't just pick up a pen and just write a 16 like I used to back in the day. You know, I gotta sit there and think. Sometimes it'll take me 3 or 4 days just to come up with like 2 lines. It's like, oh, what? Are you sure you want to do? Okay, you know. But yeah, man, the love for the music is. Well,
that kind of reminds me of because I remember when Bebo stopped for a while too, and he stopped probably almost like 2 years.
I hate it when those guys quit, bro.
Yeah,
not quit, but stop for a minute or pause. You know, I remember too. Yeah,
like I remember when he stopped, and then when he was about to start up again, he reached out to me, and then so this is a couple of years back, man. But this is when before he started working on the Believe album, Believe, all those tracks, that album, before he started working on that. And then so man, so I kind of saw that with him, like the same time, like he was just trying to get back into the flow of it. And then just like I remember, like he'll show me like pieces of songs that he would do, but he would never finish them. Like he'll drop a couple bars on
like a teaser.
He'll do like a couple bars on one track, and then you just stop or whatever. And he's like, and then like I remember I was like, dude, how long does it take you to like write a verse? And then he was like, man, and I could do like he was like, man, I could do like a song in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
And then so I was like, dude, and I was like, how come you never finish a song? it was like all in little pieces. Yeah, but it's just like like he was out of rhythm. It's out of rhythm because he was out of practice with it. Like he had completely stopped. He wasn't doing it. And that's something with like everything you do, man, whether it's like any skill, something that involves a skill, man, where you need to like, where it's kind of like
repetition.
Yeah, a lot of repetition, a lot of just like actually like doing stuff and just like physically doing the task. And then, you know, it's going to take a little while to get back into it. Like I remember this last podcast I was talking about, I had on a friend he's a teacher, special education teacher, and but he teaches the math. And I was like, man, I forget some of my like high level, like, because I took like calculus and all that.
Bro, math is a scary subject for me. I'm
Dude,
like,
it was.
I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm still like this sometimes. You know, it's like,
to me it was so easy. What I didn't like was English. English and reading. That was
right. I fucks with English and reading. But math, nah, bro.
And there you go. So that kind of fits into, you know, like the writing, the becoming, you know, being in the music and stuff like that. So you're playing to your skill sets. And that's one thing I always admire. I was like, I know it's difficult for me to write something. And then so I know, especially rhyme. Yeah. I was like rhyming words together, man. Yeah. I can't rhyme 2 words together. Like it's like super hard for me. So seeing you guys do it, man, I was like, that takes some skill. And then I always looked up to that, admired that. But just like back to the math thing, I was like, man, I forget, like, actually it's been like years since I've took like actually did any like high level math. Like the last math class I took was my freshman year, my first semester at U of H, which was fall 2004. So we're talking like 15 years I haven't done any like high level math. So yeah, man, I was like just trying to remember like some of the things we used to do. I was like, yeah, I don't know, I don't remember it.
I know, man. It's like a train. Once you give it momentum and start doing, then
it'll like start coming back to you. So yeah, so I saw that like that process with Bebo. I was like, once he like started getting back into it, and then I saw when like he actually was like back in the groove, and then just started releasing. He was like, man, I got a new song, and then he'll send it to me. I was like, dude, it's dope.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
he's got a lot of unreleased good shit, bro.
Man, and I tell him, dude. I tell him all the time, man.
And it's shit that can still last in this day of music. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were, stand. You know what I'm saying? It'll still like it'll stand out, but it'll be like, oh man, he's killing it right now. You know what I mean?
And then especially like with like I remember like the Believe album. I was like those songs they don't get dated. I was like, and it's the same thing with like the Chronicles of Mitch that you did. I was like, those songs aren't dated because there's some songs that you'll listen to and they're kind of like they're cool in the time period they came out of, but they don't last. Yeah. And then I could like go back and listen to some of those songs.
That's what makes it a classic, bro. Yeah. It's like it's still jammable to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that Izzy got too.
Man. I still listen. Like I'll go back and I'll listen to some music that Izzy has, and I was like, man, this is dope, man. And I tell him too. That's why I got him to bring over his computer. Yeah,
fix that damn thing. Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff too. And then I think it's just because it's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure once he sees it and like has those tracks, he'll get a fire again. Cause he's always like he'll do it. He'll show me something. I was like, check this out. But like lately, he's been father life too. But hey, it is what it is. But as long as you still find a little bit of time for the thing that you love, that's all it is, man. Just keep it alive. Bebo too, like he said, he ain't quit. He just put it on hold for a minute. You know what I mean? Like I want to do a track before it's all over. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it. I'll be down for that. But I want to make sure it's dope. Like super dope on. Never wanted to put out no trash. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like I just like I hope I tell them guys, man, y'all shouldn't stop, bro. This is what y'all do.
I told Izzy, man, I'm gonna leak his album. Leak it, man.
It.
That's why I got his hard drive in my computer right now.
Leak that shit, boy.
So I'm gonna pull the files, and then I'm gonna do a mix. I'm gonna mix them down, and then I'm gonna leak his album, man.
Hell yeah,
man. I'm gonna leak his album, man.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, man. Dude, just thinking back, a track that sticks out to me that you were on?
What's that?
Get Me By. You and Bebo.
Yeah.
I was that I thought was dope, man.
Bro, that was like one of those tracks like I really got like me, I got personal on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, what? And everybody's like, where did that come from? I was like, yeah. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know I could do a track like that either. You know what I mean? So but it was real, man. So and then,
I think that's why I liked it so much, man. Because y'all talking about you and Bebo, we're talking about like real stuff, man, like real issues and real stuff that you deal with.
Like, because like when I heard the track and then people was like, hey man, I need you to talk. I was like, all right, let me see. Ooh, and I was like, I started getting in, and then, when you rap or us. If you spit something, I start shaking. I was like, oh, I was like, oh, because it's finna get out there. You know what I mean? So that's how I felt for that track. And then to this day, my boy's like, yo, that's one of my favorite songs. I was like, that's mission job complete. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's all I want. If one person feels it, I'm happy. Mm-hmm. So that song is probably one of my favorites. So that I do too. So like, because that was just like me, I guess. Pointed out there for a little bit of time that I had. Let me just see how much I can say in this time frame, and hope y'all get the point.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. It came out good. And for it to be somebody's favorite song, that's dope too. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, man. It still sticks out to me though. I think I have it like somewhere on my hard drive, so I have it somewhere, man. Yeah. I need to pull it out and just jam it again, man.
Yeah, bro. Like that, it keeps me. You know what I'm saying? That keeps me like hungry, it's like, like you feel the pain of that in Bebo's too, like you hear the pain in that shit. It's like, I don't want to talk about that shit ever again, just like it's all good things now, it's all good things. But so like those tracks right there were kind of a little harder for me to do, what I'm saying? just to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just to be vulnerable, like those. I'd rather talk about some, punchlines or you know what I'm saying, whatever. Just to keep it calm, make somebody go, you know what I'm saying? Like that was always our. But if I had to get personal, I'd get personal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Just a little like just for reference, I was like, how'd the hook go? It's like I've been drunk, I've been high, but what was it? I've been drunk and I've been high.
Enough to get me by. Damn.
Somebody. There's happiness. There's happiness.
Still can't find happiness inside.
Yeah. So I've been drunk. I've been high.
I still can't find happiness inside.
Anyway, the point was
it's our favorite too. We can't remember.
The last line was it's basically you can't find enough to get you by, to get me by, basically. So it's basically, that the concept around the hook and the whole song was like, man, basically just using like drugs and alcohol as kind of like
just trying to find a little piece of,
like happiness, a
little
piece,
bit, even if it came down to that, like whatever you needed to get you by, like that's basically it's in the song,
Yeah, whether you were dealing with like some issues and then just
at that time, man, like shit, I know I have, so it was easy. Like it was easy, but it was hard to write about it because it's like, come on, man, you don't want everybody knowing your business at the same time. But it's like, well, shit, how they gonna know you? You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about nothing. So it's like, okay, let me get a little personal. So that's songs like that. Like I was like, like there's a lot of them that I haven't put out, or try to record because it's like, do I want to say that just yet? Do I want to let them see that side of me yet? It's like, I don't know. But it's easier for me because I got it out there and I wrote it. You know what I mean? So those songs is like those I'd have to wait, And then Izzy, like I jumped on one of Izzy's too, about breakups and stuff like that. So it depends on the mode. Like like if you've been through it, it's easier to just put it out there and get it out the way, get it off your chest. You know what I mean? So I'd still do them though and kill them. I'd still get out there and smash it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, those tracks I hated.
Is it easier to talk about something like that when it's something you're like kind of over with, like you already?
Yeah, because you fight that own battle. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, I'm content with where I'm at with this situation. I could talk about it now, But that's me. Like I've always been like that though. Like I've always been able to talk about anything. You know what I mean? Because like I don't like hiding nothing or no shit like that. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's a burden. Like if you don't talk about it, So whether however you talk about it, if you just talk to somebody or put it in music or do whatever, you feel better. And after a while, you do whatever you got to do to get over that situation yourself, So that's what I would do, I'd write, this and that, or I'd, train a little bit, So like fighting has always been also a therapy too, Like you know me back in the day, bro. I was a wild boy back then. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm proud of, but I've always been ready to jump in some shit, But not no more, man. Like, because now that I learned how to, woosah, everything's a little better now. You learn how to deal with certain situations. That's what makes you who you are, bro. Like that's what makes you who you are. You go through some shit, toughen it out, boom, you made it. You good. Now you know how to deal with the situation if it goes that way. You know what I'm saying? If it goes that way. So music has always been dope. Music has always been therapeutic. But after a while, you're just like, okay, I'm not doing nothing with it, So, and then after a while, like it'd be harder to get to the studio and so and then work, and then you gotta take care of your kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me just put this away for a little bit, The love is always still there, like I said. Like I still try to write. I still instrumentals in my playlist right now that I try to jam, And then like that was it, bro. I just decided I didn't want to really do nothing with the music. At this point, So
and then so you kind of transitioned and you started getting into fighting, man.
I did,
man.
Bro. That was weird. Like what? It was weird. Like it wasn't weird because it just happened so fast, you know? Like, I started late, too, bro. Training, like, I started, like, 26, 27, you know what I mean? Like, I had my first fight around 27 or whatever, but during that frame, like, I was just working, and then I was like, you know what? But I've always wanted, because I've always wanted to join a gym, you know? But never could have figured out what kind of gym I wanted to join, whether it be a boxing gym, jiu-jitsu gym, or something like that, because that's all that was popping back then, you know? Yeah. So my boy, like, I'd go out, you know, we'd get jobs where we'd go out and have to get a room or whatever. So me and my boy would move all the furniture, get some boxing gloves, and just start duking it out right there. You know, like, I wish I had the footage, but like, we'd always record it. You know, and then play it and upload it and stuff like that. But that's everywhere we went, bro. And then he found the gym. You know, my boy found the gym first. You know, he's like, hey man, I found the MMA gym. You know, he's like, come over and check it out. I was like, well, how much is it? You know, this thing. He's like, man, don't worry about that. Just come check it out. So I went to go check it out. The first day there, I got my ass whooped, bro. I got my ass whooped. Yeah, I was like, I don't like this shit. I was like, I don't like this shit. My girl was right there with me at the time. You know, I was like, what? You gonna whoop me in front of my girl? I was like, all right. So I kept going back. You know, like, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? I think he was training for like a couple months before me, before I actually started going. Yeah. And then when I went, I kept trying to use the shit we were using in the hotel rooms or whatever. That was not working for me at that time, you know. So I was like, all right, cool. So he was all piecing me up, Muay Thai on me. I was like, what is? All right. So I come back, boom, 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 and then start going training. And next thing you know, I'm whipping his ass. You know, I was like, hey, I like this. I like this shit. You know, it's just something that you're either gonna get in or you're gonna get out. You already know what it's like to get your ass whooped. What you gonna do from here? You know what I mean? Yeah. So from there, I was like, okay, I don't want to get my ass whooped no more. I'm gonna just keep going. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you like this, man. Like, the training part, that's the behind the scenes of it. You know what I mean? The training, the sparring, the reps, this and that. That's the hard part. If you could keep doing that over and over and over again, everything else is easy. Yeah. Everything else is easy. The fight's easy. You know, the fight's easy. But the work up to it, that's the hard part. That's where you need to get your mental game right. You know, so ever since then, like, that got me, like, man, I went in there almost 200 pounds, you know, and I came out, you know, like, I cut weight to like 55, 60, and I was like, yo, I like it right here. But that was walking around. I didn't really understand the concept of weight cutting and stuff like that these guys do now. So then I was like, yeah, shit, I'll go in there, I'll walk around weight. And that was a bad idea. You know, like, I was fighting to do bigger than me, you know. Yeah. So I lost that one, you know, because I wasn't doing it smart. I was just jumping in there, you know. Yeah. But yeah, man, like, I was only training about 6 months before I had my first fight. Yeah.
So what type of gym did you end up joining?
Oh, that was an MMA gym.
It was an
MMA gym, you know.
Mixed martial arts.
Yeah, mixed martial arts, you know, because I wanted to do boxing, you know, and I also wanted to do jiu-jitsu. So it's always like, okay, what gym are you going to go to, you know? Yeah. And then so luckily that's when he found that one. He's like, no, man, they do everything over here. It's like, okay, cool, you know. So I went over there and it was everything, you know. So in the name of the gym, it was Northside MMA. It was my first MMA gym that I went to. You know, so shout out to them. They you know, they turned me into somebody I didn't know I could be, you know? Yeah. So that was like part of my dream coming true. You know, I was like, oh shit, I'm part of a gym, you know, I got a team, a fight team. What? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was me and my boys, and then, you know, people come and go, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was with them for a good 4.5 years. Something like that, you know, and then until, you know, and then they closed down, and then I got with Rise. I'm with Rise MMA now. Rise MMA and boxing. Yep. Okay. Over down the east side, Cloverleaf area. Okay. Yeah, so I've been doing this almost 8 years, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 8 years, yo. So it's and I still love it. I still love it like the first day I walked into the gym, you know? Yeah. So that's how I knew, you know, because I knew right off the bat, I ain't quitting this, you know, like, I ain't no quitting this, you know what I'm saying? If you could miss one day, oh, he's a bitch, he wouldn't come back, you know, in my mind. And I'm like, nah, fuck that, these guys need me. So, but it's cool now, because like, with the fighting, like people are like, well, damn, you've been doing it that long, how come, you know, you're not fighting. I'm like, cause like, I started late, you know, like guys who started at the age, they're already in, you know, the pro, the UFC, shit like that, you know? Yeah. But it's not impossible. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I was like, well, I was like, I look at it like this. I was like, if I get one of you guys there, you know, like one of my teammates, if I have a little bit of part of that success, I was like, I'm happy with that. You know, I'd rather be the you know, helping y'all coach and doing all this other shit. You know, that's what I love. I just love seeing people get better than me. You know, because in my gym they look up to me like, you know, like I'm one of the good ones. It's like, oh man, I'm here just like you, bro. Like I've been doing this a long time, but I'm still humble enough to say, hey, look, man, this is not my profession. You know, so
yeah.
So I'm helping y'all get better. You know, I want y'all to get better than me. So yeah, man. So that gym is dope. You know, Northside was dope too, man. I miss that gym, but everybody ventured off. So
yeah. Oh, that's crazy, man. So what got me like really? I was always like I said, I was always a casual fan of MMA. And like, you know, I'd see like the big UFC fights, you know, the Anderson Silva matchups, the GSP, you know, those big name fights back in the day, you know, I'd watch them, stuff like that. But it wasn't until recently where I got like really into the sport, man. And it was I think I told Izzy the story, man. It was when I was watching it was on one of the Conor McGregor fights, you know, that I was watching. I was watching actually the undercard fights, and it was actually it was a women's bout, and it was between some chick and the girl that they call her the karate hottie.
Oh, Michelle Watterson.
Yeah. And so I saw her fight, man, and I saw her come out.
She cold, bro.
Yeah, I saw her come out throwing those kicks, man, and I'm like, what the hell is she doing, man? I was like, it was, for me, it was the first time actually seeing somebody who had like a unique, different, like clearly different fighting style than the other person that they were fighting. Yeah. Like usually they come in and, you know, they kind of look similar. But her, man, she was throwing her kicks like jabs. Man, bro. And then like just seeing her come out like in using that her karate background. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, what?
There's another cat like who does the same thing. Yair Rodriguez. That boy is a spinning monster, you know. Yeah. Because like that was the first time I seen anybody like he would do like kicks like with flips and whatnot. You know, yeah. It's like, what? Okay, I see you. You know, so like that's always dope because now that like you can't really train for that. You know, you can't really train for that. Those are kind of like, oh, just hope you don't get hit with one. You know. Yeah. But yeah, that style is a scary style too, you know. Like I've never really been a kicker until like recently, you know. I've always like been more hands and grappling. But like lately, as of late, like maybe just a couple of years ago, I just started, you know, throwing some kicks in there, you know, which is it's cool because they're unexpected, you know. So until I started getting kicked, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should start working some kicks and kick defense.
You realized.
I realized real quick, you know. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what you need, man. Like you need shit like that you don't see sometimes. Okay, and then you train, work on that. Boom, boom. Just hope you don't get caught with the same one.
And so seeing her, I was like, I saw like, you know, the different fighting styles, and then you can have like, it's really, you know, they call it, you know, the name's mixed martial arts is MMA, but I was like, I didn't put it together in my head that it's different fighting styles put together, and they're kind of using, you know, whatever style, you know, it is, and they're mixing it up within the fight.
Yeah, bro. That's why I liked it, man, because it was all in one. Like you get all the above. Yeah, you want to do boxing? Okay, you box. Yeah. You want to grapple? They got grappling, wrestling. You know, judo. That's always been one of my other favorites. You know, so it's okay. Okay.
You could go.
All right, give me a second, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Fatherhood strikes again.
No. Yeah, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. So yeah, man. Just so you're saying you know, the judo, the
judo, man. Yeah, I've always loved like flipping people and doing all that other stuff. Because boxing, you know, like that's always been a base. But I was like, man, I want to add more to it, you know. So like whenever we start doing judo, flipping people, getting flipped, you know, I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. But actually, like, you know, setting it up, that's where you gotta like focus a little more, like doing like a 1-2 and then stepping and grabbing somebody and taking them down. You know, you setting up everything you do. You know, so that MMA, you know, is different. You know, it's not like a lot of other things. You know, because it's full body. You know, it's full body. So that really gets me going. That really gets me going. Just thinking about it right now, I'm like, we'll just go with somebody.
And then so which fighting styles, you know, have you trained in?
I trained in boxing, Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, judo, wrestling. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
So it's 4 of them. But like if I had to pick like a favorite, it'd be boxing, Muay Thai, and Jiu Jitsu.
Okay.
You know, so like just to be able to take it to the ground or keep it standing is dope.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, and that's something that I haven't, you know, I barely, you know, got the appreciation for was the ground game. You know?
That humbles you. You know, like that's hard too. You know, trying to hold on to somebody. You know, stay on
control them.
You know, control them. You know, use your weight against them. You know, just that's hard too, man.
Yeah, because I remember like first seeing like UFC fights, and then I remember like I always hated, like, to me, because I didn't have the appreciation for it. Yeah, I felt whenever they took it to the ground, it was boring.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
See, a lot of people think that. Like a lot of people think that, but they don't know. Like, hey, man, he could. All right, keep sleeping.
Once you start like actually dissecting it and like finding out what they're doing and then how they're doing it, and then thinking about actually putting yourself in that position, like what would you do? You have somebody on top of you, all their weight, and they're trying to. Whether it's pound you or then trying to set up like maybe some a submission.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate chess right there. Bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you got to work here. You know, you got to take them, control hands, control legs. You know, adjust, switch, flip. You know, I was like, all while using their weight. You know, so that's the ultimate body workout too. Next thing you know, you walk out, you ripped. He's like, what the hell? Well, I didn't even do nothing. You know, but that'll get you right too, man. Jiu-Jitsu is a monster sport, you know. So like I'm a blue belt. I've been blue belt for a while, you know. I should already be like, working to get my purple, you know, and after purple is brown and black, you know. So,
and you start out, it's a white belt.
Yeah, you start out with a white belt.
And then what's the levels?
It's white, then you get your, you know, 4 stripes, and then you go blue, then you get 4 stripes, and then you get your purple 4 stripes. And I think the stripes decrease as it gets higher, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like maybe you gotta get 3 on your purple to be a brown belt, you know, 2 on your brown to be a black, you know. So I think, you know, I haven't really got the belt concept down yet. I just know that I'm a blue belt. You know? I just know that I'm a blue belt.
And just know it takes years.
It takes years.
It takes years.
I can choke you out. I can choke you out. I'll tell you that right now. So, but yeah, man. So that's. That I need to focus more into is my jiu-jitsu game, because I focused a lot on stand-up, you know, Muay Thai, you know, boxing, you know, I do a lot of that. So I've been trying to find time to jump in my grappling. You know. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Just some more dad duties.
No, man, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Yeah. So getting back into like you wanted to. What were we talking about? The jiu-jitsu?
Wanted to do more of my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to do more grappling and stuff like that, because like I said, I've been in the blue for a while. You know, I should already be, you know, trying to get my purple, you know, next level up. You know, but
how do you move up?
Man, you just you do your, you know, you train your repetitions, your drills, you know, you get tested, you know, they do this move properly, you know, you do that properly, you know, how do you do that, this, you know, and then from there they'll be like, okay, you know, you get your stripe or you get your next belt, you know. So it's all about if you do the technique, if you worked it 1,000 times or more, if you pull it off, they'll test your skills. You'll have to do a grappling match. You got, just like a fight or whatever. You go do a grappling match, and if you do what you're supposed to, hey, all right, cool, yeah, you ready? You ready to get your next level up? And that's achievements every time. Okay, cool. I'm not staying where I'm at. I'm improving. Like a lot of people, they'll become blues and they'll just stop. Me, I didn't want to stop. I just focus on something else. But it's always been like, man, I need to get in there and start training my jiu-jitsu. But work schedules and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm able to go to the stand-up. Yeah. So like anytime, because my brother, he has a gym too, like to do just straight jiu-jitsu. He's like, hey man, we were open late, man. Come on by. And I was like, okay, cool. I need to get my grappling in. I need to go train for an hour. If I get an hour of just jiu-jitsu, I'm happy. So I just get it when I can. And boxing and Muay Thai stand-up, like they have different classes for that. So I was like, I can't go to like a Muay Thai class and be like, hey, can we do jiu-jitsu today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta wait, but I was like, oh man, okay.
So gyms, they have like a specific like training schedule.
Yeah, they got
right?
specific training days
when you
and
got
schedules.
certain times, certain days, they do specific classes.
So like at the beginning of the week, it's a little more chill, it's a little more technical. Like Mondays is jiu-jitsu, like for the beginners or whatnot. And then Tuesdays is technical. I call them technical Tuesdays because that's when we learn our techniques. Boom, drill them. And then Wednesdays, a little same thing. And Thursdays are throwdown days. Thursdays is
scraps.
Yeah, scraps. And then Fridays, Saturdays open. You can come in there and do whatever you want to do. If you want to work on a certain thing, somebody will work on a certain thing with you, or if you just want to get your own workout in, you can do that too on the weekends or whatever. But yeah, during the week they have a pretty planned schedule. So I just try to go to whatever one that fits mine.
Yeah.
Say I got to work Thursday night. I'll go maybe Monday or Wednesday.
Okay.
But yeah, like the Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually catch those the most, and it's cool. I like it, but I want to get more jiu-jitsu in, more jits.
That's dope, man. And man, you said you've how many fights have you had? You said you had some
I've had 3 official fights.
3 official fights.
Unfortunately, they were L's.
Really?
But but that don't bother me, bro.
Okay.
It don't bother me because it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's real, and like they were my mistakes. You know what I mean? Like I can't put that on anybody else. The first one I just didn't really do it smart. The second one, I had a hard time cutting down to a weight, so I got tired easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the third one I just made a mistake. And got caught with got a choke. So I was like, oh yeah. So, but there are real things that happened in my life. So it's not like I can be like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. So it's real. You know what I'm saying? So not a lot of people could do what I do. So
yeah.
So I don't really.
And would these fights be considered amateur fights?
Yeah, those are amateur fights.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
So and then I have like buku like smoker fights. Those are fights like that get you ready for fights and stuff like that.
Like the sparring.
Like the underground fights, what I'm saying? But they're, you get a crowd. It's like basically gym versus gym type.
Yeah.
So those keep you aware too. Those keep you humble. You can go in there and easily get knocked out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Straight up, because it's basically a fight. You're not gonna go to another gym and embarrass a dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty competitive. So I got those on YouTube as well. So
really?
I put
YouTube?
Yeah, man, I put all my
I'm gonna have to watch it.
I put all my stuff on YouTube. So if anybody's like, nah, I'll be like, yeah, go check it out. They win or lose, bro. I don't care. I just love to do it. So
what's the name? What's it under?
Oh,
what's the
Yung
channel?
Lara.
Yung Lara?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yung Lara on YouTube.
There
Go
you
check it out. I need to start putting more videos up there. It's just I don't really have time to train, or I ain't got nobody to record it. You know what I'm saying? While I'm training or whatever. So I got a guy. I know a guy.
Yeah, you know a guy, man.
I know a guy.
So that's crazy, man. I was like, I was thinking about it, like, just because when I reached out to you about this, you told me that you have a fight coming up. I was like, what? I was like, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I was like, I knew you were. I knew you were in you were doing MMA and you've been training and stuff like that, but I didn't know you had like a fight like right now coming up recently.
Yeah, man, it was dope. It's dope. I didn't know until recently either. Yeah, that's just how it is.
How do the fights work? Like setting up the fights and then how's that happen?
Yeah, that's like my coach. Like for promoters, like he'll send out, or ask the gyms, hey, y'all got any guys who want to jump on a card or whatever like that. This one's a kickboxing card. I've never done a kickboxing card. I've done Muay Thai kickboxing smokers, but actually to be in a fight, it's not. Well, it's the same, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's different rules.
Yeah, it was actually it's like under different rules and stuff like that. So, so he hit me up. Like my coach hit me up. He's like, hey, I got this card coming up. You wanna jump on? I was like, when? He's like, well, it's in May. I'm like, yeah. I was like, man, you already know. He's like, I knew you'd say that, so I put your name in there anyway. He's like, I put your name in there, so I was like, okay, cool. And then now that's when it gets real. Like, oh shit, I'm fighting. Like time to cut out all the bullshit. Trying to get serious. You know what I mean? So that's that. Like to quit cold turkey is also cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like this, all right, it's real shit. I can't fuck up. Can't have no more of this. Can't have no more of that. Yeah. So that's how the fights are set up. Or they'll tell you, my coach will say, hey, you're fighting this guy, this and that. He has so many fights or whatever. It's like, all right. Me, I don't care, bro. Like, it's like, this is what I train to do. So it's like, whatever you put, like, it's your call. It's your call. To me. He's like, no, it's your decision. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I don't, So at the end of the day, he gets to make the call. So he'll tell him, yeah, I got a guy who's ready, or nah, he's not ready yet, or whatever. So that's how it is.
Where's the fight going to be at?
I believe it's a Civic Center. If I'm not mistaken.
Civic Center.
The Humble Civic Center.
Okay.
If I'm not,
right down the road.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know yet. I really don't. The last time I checked, that's what I thought.
Okay.
But I'll definitely keep you updated on that.
Yeah, man, I want to be there.
See, you know what, bro? Like that's the thing. Like I just trained. Like my coach would be like, "All right, you got this guy." I'm like, all right, I don't even know his name. Like, I don't even know if I got an opponent. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Oh, you're gonna fight." I was like, "Okay." All right, now I just know to get ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm in the process of cutting weight, just can't have a lot of carbs or some shit. Just gotta watch my meal intake. Like I know Izzy was talking about the OMAD last time. I don't do that. I do the intermittent fasting to get my weight off.
What's that?
That's whenever you cut off eating at a certain period of time. Okay, like from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. Like I won't have nothing to eat. Like when I get off work, I'll maybe snack on something before 8 o'clock, and then after 8 o'clock, boom, I just stick straight to water, until 12 p.m. with the next day, which is my lunch, so it kind of works out perfectly, you know what I'm saying? So the first time, if I break my fast is like maybe something light, I'll go to Subway, eat a sandwich, that's it. Like nothing too heavy or that's going to drag me down, no fast food. I kind of cut out fast food,
Yeah.
And I feel different, like once
you feel way better,
I feel
right?
way different. Like there'll be times where my body thinks that it wants it, you know what I mean? Or like, oh man, I want a double cheese from Whataburger, and then you get it, and then you eat it, you feel like shit, bro.
Like almost instantly.
It's like, oh, it just feels like shit's just sitting right there. I was like, man, I did not miss this feeling. And like, you got to ask yourself, was that shit worth it? It's like, nah, not really. So I try to eat clean now. I try to eat clean. Like the other day, man, since I found out I'm gonna have a fight. Like I've been having like bowls of vegetables, nonstop. And I'm like, you know what? After a certain time, it's like, I'm hungry. I'm getting pissed off now. You know what I mean? So you gotta be like, nah, man, why are you doing this? I was like, okay, all right, I'm trying to get small. So
okay,
but that's the intermittent fasting is from like you cut it off like certain hours. You could choose your own hours depending on how your schedule is. Me and mine, it works perfect because 8 p.m., 12 p.m. is my lunch, so I'm good.
Okay, that's cool. What weight do you fight at?
35.
135?
135.
What?
A lot of people, I get that reaction a lot.
What? Man.
135.
What do you walk around at?
Like shit, like 165, 170.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lately, before the fight, I put on a little bit extra. I was like 175. Because that's before I knew I was fighting, Yeah. But normally I walk around 165, 170. I'm 170 right now.
You're 170 right now.
I'm 170.
You got to fight in like a month?
Yeah. But actually, no, I'm 160. I'm 166. I'm 166.
Yeah.
I'd say 170, but I'm 166. But like, I know how to get rid of that quick.
You can drop 30 pounds?
Yeah, I can drop 30 pounds, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like for the first time, of course, you it's water, but clean eating. You got to clean eat. I stay away from bread. I stay away from bread, and also too, like I go get some jump ropes. I do cardio, a lot of cardio. Like during that time, because you gotta hump to get it. You know what I'm saying? So do a lot of jump ropes, swimming. So I'll sit in the sauna. Shadow box in the sauna. But you don't do that. You don't. I really don't like to hit the sauna until you need to get the last bit of the water out. The very end. Because then otherwise you're just gonna put it right back on. So I get in the sauna like towards like if I'm closer to my weight. But I just hit a lot of swimming, a lot of jump rope. Sometimes some miles. I really don't like running on treadmill because I just don't like running in place.
Yeah.
So I rather hit road work. Because you get more. And but so I'll do that. I'll do that, a lot of road work, jump rope, and swimming. It's high intensity. It's a full body.
Is it healthy to drop that many pounds?
I mean,
that quick?
Like if you do it right, bro.
Okay.
Like if you do it right, you know what I'm saying? Try to cut all your water weight out. Right? No, that's not healthy and shit like that. But if you do it right, yeah, I mean it can be like maybe it's not a good idea like to try to do it so fast, like. But if you time it out,
okay. If you got some like time,
yeah,
okay.
Like because normally, like I just found out maybe like 3 weeks ago, I was fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago. So I was like, okay, so it's a little bit of a challenge for me too, to try to get to that weight. So like I've done it before. I did it like twice before, So the first time I did it way too I tried to do it way too fast,
Okay.
So I didn't do it right. And the second time I did it right on the money, And then this time, I'm a little bit of a time, but I know the proper way to do it,
Okay.
So that way I'm not putting too much strain on my body or hurting myself, So it's all about like what you do and how you do it.
But 135, that's the weight the coaches tell you that you need
to be at,
or you pick the weight?
Well, I fought there before, I fought at 55 was my first one, and then the rest of them in 35.
Okay.
So I feel comfortable being at 35,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's like I don't feel all drowned and drained. I feel good there,
Yeah.
I feel real good there. Even 45, I'll probably even do 45, but right now I guess we're doing 35. So
yeah. Well, and you mentioned like when you walked in with the first fight, you walked in at 155.
Yeah, that was because I was walking around at that weight, so I didn't really cut nothing. Even
Yeah.
my coach, like I didn't want to listen to nobody.
Yeah.
I was like,
Your
I'm
coach was
good.
telling
Yeah,
you?
he's like, you're too small right now.
Yeah.
You're too small. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got it. Of course. And then look what happened. I didn't take his advice, and I was fighting a big dude.
Yeah.
Those guys probably go in there fight day like 170 or some shit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, okay, now I get it. I was like, now I get it. So like that's when I started doing the whole weight cutting.
And how's the weight process actually work? So you got to weigh in at a certain date before the fight?
Yeah.
And then
you
what is it? Is it like a day before or
yeah, you weigh in the day before, and it's usually early too. It's
Yeah.
usually early, so that way you still have a whole day to recover.
Okay.
Try to recoup. So you go in, get on the scale, and then during that point you're just like, oh, I just want a drop of water.
Yeah.
I just want one drop of water, and I'll be happy. And
Yeah.
then you get in, weigh in, and hop off, and then as soon as you hop off and make weight, you can start putting your body back to work, like rehydrating and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you go to weigh-ins, you see guys with like bags of drinks and shit like that, because they all just went through what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So that's the grueling part, man. But like you weigh in the day before, and then like hopefully you're on point. Like hopefully you make weight when you get there, because if not, then you're still gonna have to try to put on the sauna suit and go cut a little bit of weight. Just if not, then they won't. Like if you're too far over, they won't let you fight amateur wise. Because there's no purse, there's nothing like that. You're not fighting. Either he puts on weight or I don't fight. So a lot of guys like it's kind of disrespectful if you don't make weight. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. And then you got to take serious. It's the weight cutting.
Yeah. And then so like you fight the next day. Is can you gain as much weight as you?
Well, you gotta also do that smart too, because you don't want to you want to rehydrate your body with with good shit. You don't want to rehydrate your body like go eat like the day after, stuff your face with a bunch of shit. You gotta still do it right until maybe after the fight. Until after the fight, then you could indulge all you want. But yeah, rehydration wise, you just do it till you're not dehydrated no more.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you're drinking, except for like beer, of course, and shit, because that'll fuck you up. But yeah, man, like me, I'll take me like 4 bottles of water, maybe like 2 coconut waters and some aloe vera stuff, and I'm good. Like that's what I stick with the whole time. I'll drink that, and sometimes even though you're dehydrated, if you drink that, like even a little bit, you'll get full quick. So you take a while to kind of get rehydrated. So.
And so on fight days, like what do you come in weighing at?
Fight days, like say I'll probably come in at maybe 150, 155.
Really?
Yeah.
So you put on like 20 pounds?
Well,
or like
15? No. You put in not 35. You probably come like I'd say 45. 50.
45.
Yeah, something like that. Because you hydrate, you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You eat, so you're weighing in like you're feeling good.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you can put on the weight bet quick. You know what I'm saying? The water weight. It's water weight. That's really what you cut. You see guys at the weigh-ins and they're ripped and shit. They ain't got nothing in their body, bro. They water's running dry right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could put like once you're fueling, some guys going there looking big. So
that's why you're fighting like a bigger guy, because like the first fight, because you walked in like at your walking weight or whatever, and then so the guy you fought was cut down to that weight.
Yeah, like he was big too. Like he was like, I'd say I was probably walking around 155, you know what I'm saying, 156 or some shit like that. And I'd say he's probably had like good 10, 15 on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, okay. And the bigger too, the bigger too. But I still got in there with him. I was like, all right, fool, I guess I'm fighting him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fuck it. This is what we're doing. And then after that, that's when the coach was like, "Nah, you're definitely dropping weight.
Okay.
You're gonna drop your weight." That was like years ago, bro. Years ago. So like, I just didn't do it smart. I was just ready to get in there and get one. Yeah. And then that's what happened. So I was like, oh, "Okay."
Was that an MMA fight? Or
yeah, it was. All my fights been pretty much MMA except for the
one that's
smokers. Yeah, and the one that's coming up.
Okay. Cool.
So those, like. And actually, I think I'll be more comfortable in that because you ain't got to worry about no takedowns and no shit like that. You'll just be worried about hands and feet,
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I train in anyway. I don't really, I don't train with like takedown defense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As much anymore, but like it's still there. I still got, it's like riding a bike, but I could focus more on what I train for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm good. I'm in good.
And actually that's what makes MMA like a lot more complicated, right?
Yeah.
Always having to be, prepared for
anything,
either like a takedown, kicks, punches.
And they come from anywhere, bro. Like they come from anywhere. Like a lot of people are like, oh, well, he didn't do nothing. I was like, shit. Okay, you think until you're in there, it's like he's probably squeezing the shit out of him right now,
Yeah.
But like it's a lot of complicated thinking,
Mm-hmm.
You overthink, you get in trouble. If you don't think, you get in trouble. You just gotta be like, okay, let me get this arm around my neck. I'm gonna get out of this. It's cool. It's fine. Everything's totally fine.
But then if you slip up too,
you slip, bro. Like, cause they're waiting for that. Yeah. They're like you're the guy that you're fighting is waiting for you to slip, make a mistake, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta be on your toes. You gotta be alert. You gotta see where the punches are coming from because. If you catch one that you don't see, those are usually the ones that put you out.
Yeah.
And
you know what I've noticed like recently when I started watching like more fights is that if there's like one move that I see people do that completely like knocks out the other person, it's a flying knee.
Mm-hmm. A lot. Because,
Whenever they land like a flying knee clean.
Because it's like instinct to get like to go down or cover up when you see something like, it's like it's easy, so it's right there, But like you don't know what they're about to do.
Yeah.
But like sometimes like I'll throw a knee like just for instinct, because I'm never trying to hurt my teammates and nothing like that. But we're if coaches, work your knees, you can do it, but like tone it down a bit. But like I'll throw them, and 9 times out of 10 somebody would will duck down and shit. It's like, woo, man, if I was throwing that thing, you would have caught one, So it's like why y'all do that, because they'll go for a takedown and get caught with a knee and just get cleaned out, It's like, man, I'm not doing that shit. So I just, if I see somebody flying, I just go back, I just walk back and cut an angle. That's it. I ain't no ducking, none of that. So, but yeah, a lot of those are the ones you don't see. Those are the ones you don't see because you're going down. Next thing you know, we pop. Yeah, that's it. And you wake up, you're like, what the hell just happened? Yeah. But I think I've been put to sleep maybe once, and that was during an accidental demonstration. No, it wasn't that. Like the demonstration was they were demonstrating, and then it was an accidental put me to sleep. So I guess it served its purpose. You know what I'm saying? It served its purpose. Like I was in a gi. Yeah. I was in a gi, and then my coach was sitting there demonstrating. Yeah, then you do this. You wrap it. They say, "No, I'm sitting there limp." And I wake up with my feet in the air, and I was like, "What happened?" And they're like, "You went out." I was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Well, at least the proof the move worked." I was like, "Hey, whatever. I'm just happy to help." You know what I'm saying? So, like that was the only time I've ever been put to sleep, man. Like it's not gonna work, but.
Well, it was a submission.
It was a submission. It was a submission. It was a bow and arrow choke. I'll never forget it. It was funny because I had my gi right here, and then he grabbed my knee right here, and he put his knee in my back. Yeah. So I'm like this, so it looks like a bow and arrow.
Okay.
So they say, and then, so that shit cut off the air to my carotid artery, if you will, or whatever. And then next thing you know, I felt something weird, but the next thing you know, I woke up, my shit was all in the air. I'm like, what the hell just happened? He was like, oh man, you just went to sleep off that choke. I was like, what? I was like, oh cool. I guess I got put to sleep. Yeah. So after and I've always liked that shit, man. I've always liked it, bro. Like, and they're learning experiences. Anything you do in there, bro, like you learn about yourself. Like fighting. That's probably one of the most scariest things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to get into a fight and get punched in the face and, you know what I'm saying, get their shit all busted up. Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to do that. But it's just something about it is like, okay, let me learn how not to get done up like that. I just want to, like, learn everything about it. Like the human body, how it's going to move if you move this way and it's like that. That's where I'm at with it, So, like, it's levels, man. Like if the younger guys, when I see them and like I spar them, or not the younger guys, but like the less experienced guys, when I see them trying to like figure me out and like if I'm better than them or whatever, and then they start picking it up on me, it's like, oh shit, it keeps me on my toes. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me focused. Like I don't ever be in there like, oh yeah, I could beat some nobody, man, because any one of those guys can knock you out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like it's just all learning experiences, bro. Like I learn something new every day I go in there. And I've been doing it for a good minute. Yeah. So it's also too like I get that nervous energy when I go in my gym. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like why you get that nervous energy? It's like because like I'm about to throw down with these guys. Yeah. They probably been ready for me. They've been waiting for me to fuck up. So, but it's all fun. It's all fun and love. It's like if you have fun doing that shit, and it's easy. Like I don't mind doing it, and the guys love it too. So. Yeah. So man, it's just a different feel. It's just a different feel, bro. Like you learn about yourself, like see what you could tolerate, how tough you are. Yeah. It's a lot mental too, right? Mainly mental, bro. Yeah. Mainly mental. Yeah. Like if you get hit with something, it's like, okay, I don't want to let him see that he hit me with that. Or I don't want to be like, oh, hold on. It's like, you gotta toughen it out. Mm. Just go forward. Because like if somebody hits you with something, like say I hit you with a clean right hook, boom, my hardest, and you eat it, and you come forward at me, bro, that's gonna break me down. I'll be like, oh shit, like that was my best shot. That's all I got. I can't do no more. But even though you're probably like, oh my god, this fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucked from that because it's like, oh shit, he just ate my best shot. You know what I mean? Like that's scary shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a scary thing. Like those guys, like they'll rock me with some shit, and I just keep going forward. I just keep going forward. And then they're like, oh my god, they're like, your pressure is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey man, like you hurt me. I was like, I didn't want to hit it. I was like, I'm gonna just keep walking forward. I was like, that shit hurt. But yeah, man. The MMA, like I'm glad it found me. I say it found me because like if I wasn't for my homeboy, shout out to my boy Eric Martinez, got me in my first gym. Like if it wasn't for him, bro, like I probably wouldn't have found one myself, you know, because I was like, yeah, I want to find one, but I'm too lazy to look for one, you know. So with him, man, like he told me, like he's like, hey man, come over here, let's show you love and this and that, and then from there, and I say I've only been with 2 gyms. I've only been with Northside MMA and Rise MMA, which is the one I'm with now, Yeah. So like that's
before I started getting into like the UFC, I only knew of one gym, and that was Metro.
Yeah. See, one of my old teammates, he trains at Metro, you know what I'm saying? And I know a couple of former teammates. I guess because we would like train with some other gyms, we knew each other, so some guys over there. So it's cool. I know some guys over there too, Yeah.
The only reason I knew of it too was because it was on the way to U of H.
Yeah,
so it's like right
and
there
it's
off
like,
the
it's
freeway.
like hard. Like if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. Huh?
Yeah,
because I don't think it has a sign out there.
It's right there off of 45.
Yeah, one of my old teammates, he trains out there. He's man. There's a lot of good guys out there. A lot of tough guys, tough little guys. Yeah, but
and then that's the only one I knew. And then once I saw Derek Lewis fight, I looked up at his gym. His gym, I think, is out in Cyprus.
Yeah, I think I don't know if he still trains one, but he used to train at 4 ounce. Yeah, that's around.
And then what was it? I think there's probably a couple fights ago. There's this one dude. What was his name? Alex Morono. Yeah,
he's good. He's in the UFC right now.
He's in the UFC. I just saw one of his fights on. He was dope.
I think he comes out of a Gracie school.
Gracie Barra.
Yeah, Gracie Barra. That boy's a beast.
Gracie Barra in Woodlands, which is funny because it's technically not in the Woodlands. It's in Spring. But
that's not here nor there.
Hey, technically it's in Spring, but they call it Gracie Barra Woodlands. But
man.
But I saw him fight, and he's dope.
He's dope. He's an animal, man. He's
a
monster, dude. He's like, I don't know if he just recently fought in the UFC. I think he just recently fought.
He just fought. Like I just saw him, like maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
That dude's a monster. He was dope, man.
But man, and then sometimes I'll cross train. Like we'll go cross train at other gyms, which is also dope, man. That's probably like one of the best things you could do, because you'll train with your teammates, and but you'll get used to them, saying they'll
you'll recognize like their patterns, what they're good at, what they're
and then you go break off into cross training in another gym or whatever, and then get a totally different feel of movement, body types, how these guys do their thing.
Yeah.
So I like doing that too,
Yeah.
So
it kind of opens you up to like seeing like a different like perspective, different mindset.
Definitely.
I was like, okay. I was like, this person's approaching it a little differently.
Yeah.
So then you kind of like, you realize that and you learn from that too, right?
Or see say I'll put like constant pressure, boom, 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 like straightforward on my guys, and they react differently. And if I go somewhere else, they react totally different. I need that. I was like, okay, so I can't just do that with this guy. I gotta mix it up. So it keeps me, level headed too, and wanting to switch up my game. Trying to adjust my shit. Because I know my style is not gonna be fit for everybody. Or like it's not gonna work for everybody. Somebody's seen my style before or whatever, and so like I like to take a little bit from here and take a little bit from there. That's just how you like mix it up.
Yeah.
And also fighting too, bro. You can do what you want. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. You don't have to, fight this way. Boom, boom, boom. Nah, if you feel comfortable, however you want to get it in, or however like you think you could throw them off, then do it. It's your shit. Just take what you know and then apply it to how you want to apply it. That's beautiful to me. You know what I mean? Because it's like it lets you be you, be free.
Yeah.
So be loose. I see guys in there all the time, and I tell them like they're solid, bro. They're stiff. It's like why are you so stiff, man? Like what do you loosen up a little bit? Loosen up, and then you loosen up. It's like, all right, now throw a punch. They're so tight, and the form is so. It's like why you fight like that? Is that how you fight? Is that how you want to fight? And then they're like, no.
Doesn't that like slow them down?
It does, because they're just doing like this, and then next thing you know, they're gassing out because they're putting all their tightness into a form, and then just trying to 1-2, It's like, nah, man, you got to be loose when you do some shit. Move around. Don't just stand right forward because I'm going to look at you as a puncher bag or anybody else is going to look at you as a puncher bag. You know, just be you, man. Just that's what it is. Just go in there, be you, and be smart. Be smart about it. You know, put your chin down, of course, sparring wise. You know, like figure out who you are in here, what you want to do, how you want to take somebody down, how you want to submit them, how do you want to do it. You know, like they give you the tools. You know, just apply them however you want to apply them.
That's dope, man.
It is dope, bro. Like, cause, like if I'm doing something, like my coach would never be like, hey, stop doing that. Don't do that. You know, unless it's something that you're like not comfortable throwing or you try to do something you're not sure of it. Then he'll be like, hey, why are you doing that? You weren't comfortable with it. Why are you throwing that? You know, don't throw that. It's like, okay, yeah, you're right. I wasn't. All right, thanks, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna do that no more. But there's never really time. Anytime I throw something, it's like, cause like that could be an opportunity. They waiting for you to slip. Oh, he do that stupid shit. Let me catch him with that. You know, so and everything is pretty much plan and execute. You know, so that's what I do, and that's how I do it.
Yeah, you know, man. That and. Like that's something like I started getting like a greater appreciation for the amount of skill that actually goes into like MMA and then just
and it's crazy, bro, because like that's good that you got that appreciation for it because a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys will come up to me and be like, "Hey man, I want to fight you." It's like, why? I just want to see where my heart's at. I know I got heart. It's like, are you serious right now, bro? I was like, come on, man. And then I'm like, you know what? Because I tell them all the time, I was like, man, you know what heart means to me? That you just could take an ass whooping pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's all it means to me. I was like, but I'm pretty cool about it. You know, I'm not no dick about it. I tell them, hey man, look, bro, you can't. You just go to somebody who's been training to do this and say, hey, I want to fight you if you ain't got no type of, you know, training or what, to me, because that's like disrespectful almost, you know what I mean? So I'm like, come on, man. I was like, but I'll fight you though. Yeah. I was like, I'll fight you. I will fight you. If you come up to me with some dope shit, I will fight you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man, because I see them now, man, and I'm looking at them. I was like, yeah, man, they're doing stuff like I was like, man, I was like, I'm pretty sure my spine would break in half, like if I did that. I was like, my leg would fall off. I was like, that's not happening, man. Just seeing the positions they get into, the amount of force they're doing with their punches, their kicks, all that. I'm like, oh man, it's like once I actually started breaking it down, man. Because once you see kind of like any fighting, like whether it's boxing or MMA, at first glance, it just looks like, it's just like two people hitting each other. Yeah. But there's like so much more, like beyond that. And then so once I realized that, and it took, I'm telling you, it took Michelle Watterson for it to actually click in my head. I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I was like, it took until seeing her fight that I was like, oh, okay, I was like, because she blew my mind. I was like, what she was doing out there, I was like, oh crap. I was like, there's more going on than just surface level stuff.
Oh yeah. Like it's gonna get like as more guys come in, like there's gonna be a lot more different styles and shit like that. You know what I mean? Which is cool. But me, I like the more traditional. But she's like you said, the karate type. You know what I'm saying? The karate type. And there's a lot of guys coming in with karate backgrounds and taekwondo backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Like Stephen Wanton, Boy Thompson. You know,
he fights tonight.
Yeah, he fights Anthony Pettis.
Yeah, which I
was actually about to talk to because they both got similar styles. You know what I'm saying with the kicks, but. Steve Thompson, he's more karate, you know what I'm saying? More, and then Pettis is more taekwondo. So that's gonna be a different clash. Ooh. Yeah. But it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting fight.
Yeah. See, I know Anthony Pettis too because I would watch his fights too because I always liked his style. He's like super creative when he's in there too.
Yeah. See, like I was gonna say, he's another one like jumping off the cage and shit like that.
Doing spinning back kicks.
He was amazing
like off the
coming
cage.
in. You know, like he was amazing. You know what I mean? So like that, I was like, oh snap, you know, like let me see. That's when I also too, I wanted to start getting some kicks in, you know, because like I said, I was more comfortable with my hands. Even my coach was like, dude, your hands are fine. Work your kicks, you know, work your kicks. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder because you're not, you know, it's more muscle memory. Okay, I got to kick this way. I got to turn my hip. I got to put my foot here. Then you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of placement when you got to throw a kick because you can't just stand here and throw a kick. You know what I'm saying? With so many catches, you lose your balance. You know. Yeah. Like it's all about placement too. Setting up a kick. All right, I got to get right here. Boom, boom. Set this up. Boom. Cut that angle. Kick. You know, it's a lot behind a kick, bro. You know, there's a lot behind a kick, but that's how you do your repetition. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll tie me up to this machine. It's like it's got the resistance.
Okay.
So I'll go up. It's mainly for batters, but it's involving the hip too. You know what I'm saying? So like he'll tie me up, and then he'll put timer on it, be in the bag. He's like, all right, now kick that bag until the timer runs out, or kick it like 100 times. Yeah. So I'll be like with the resistance bands. You know what I'm saying? With the resistance, and then. And then once he takes it off, he's like, all right, now kick the bag. And you're like, waka, waka, waka. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting the movement, and he's breaking down that hip rust. Yeah. You know, so you're trying to get the constant, like, he's like, it's every time you throw a kick, use your hips. It's all in the hips. Turn that leg down. Do this. Place your foot here so you get your balance and you recoil. I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing that. And then, like, it just puts a whole different, like, you just add another arsenal to your game, and it's dope because like even my teammates are like, oh damn bro, I didn't see them kicks coming, I didn't see that shit coming. It's like, all right, cool, it's working, so now I'm starting to kick a lot more, but I'll never be on I don't want to say never, but shit, I got a long way to go before I'm on them guys of kicking level, you know. So even my coach too, he'll throw him, poof, he can leave his foot out there. I'm like, come on, man, just quit your shit, man. So like, and then he keeps you, and he's tall, so he keeps you aware. He'll be snapping them kicks like jabs, pop, 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 and then shit, I just try to catch it and just run it ass to the fence and start getting at him. But he's good with those kicks, man. Like anybody with kicks, bro, like that's a weakness. That's something you gotta admire. Yeah. So I'm trying to get there. I got to stretch, I got to stretch, but they say sometimes you don't even have to stretch, it's just all about how you throw the kick, get your knee up there, boom, boom, boom. I was like, but I'm not that flexible. Yeah. I'm not that flexible. Me either, dog. I was like, they're like, nah, you don't have to be flexible. He's like, oh, no, do this, boom, boom. But I can still kick people in their heads. I'm like, oh, okay. So stretching helps, but it's not like a key thing, you know? Like it's all about how you get, they say your foot's going to go where your knee goes. So you throw your knee up there, your foot's gonna follow. Okay. So that's once I learned that, I was like, okay, it's a little easier. But yeah, man, watching people kick is crazy. Like, them liver kicks, liver kicks hurt.
Yeah. Have you ever got hurt?
I've got hurt, man. I broke my foot in a fight.
Really?
Yeah, in a fight, and you could hear it too. But you still toughen it out. But I just broke my foot, and then like during training, I got hit with a body shot. But that's pretty much it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just the foot. And then sometimes the foot kind of bothers me because like even in training, I'll kick somebody's knee or I'll kick their elbow. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. It was like, oh, that hurt. Fuck. So I don't like. That's what also keeps me from throwing kicks sometimes. So I'm like, oh,
man, you're giving away all your weaknesses on here, dog. Young. They're gonna see the podcast. They're gonna see. You're like, oh, okay, his legs hurt. All right.
No. See, I'm good. My legs are good. It's the foot, but the foot, I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. It's just like whenever, when I throw it sometimes, or like. There hasn't been a time recently where I kick somebody in their shit and I'm like, oh, but like it's like it keeps you like it's like a sensation. It's like, oh, okay,
you feel it.
It's like okay, that was almost real. That was almost real, but nah, like everything's good. Like I'm still mobile. All my joints working good. I'm loose as a goose.
Man, that's dope, dude. Man.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man. Man, I want to be at your fight, man. I want to be there.
I want you to be there, bro. I want you to be there. I even want you to like. You don't even have to record. I just want you to come check out the gym.
Yeah, man, dude. That's what I want to see too, man. I was like, once I started like looking up like the gyms, I was like, man, I just want to go and just see people like see the people train. I think that's even cool.
Bro, it's such a good environment in there. Yeah. Like it's like nobody in there got an ego. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in there for like trying to get better. Do this and that. It's all love in there, bro. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like gyms where there's egos and there's like that. So I just stay away from that. Yeah. But if you're around good people who trying to get better, man, and who's there to want to learn and like get it in, give you a good scrap, like it's like I'm with it. I'm with those types of gyms, But yeah, man, you should definitely come check it out, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I'm down, dude. Hey, man, just let me know a day and I'm down.
Shit.
Hey, I already know the fight. I'm gonna be at the fight, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be at the fight. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. Once I get my locked in, I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, I'm fighting this guy. This is gonna be here. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'm there, dude. I'm there, man. I want to see that, man. Yeah, man. I even want to see you go when you train. I would want to go see that, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I would never want to get in there and actually do it, but I could appreciate somebody else like actually training and doing the moves. Like, oh man, okay, that's cool.
Man, definitely, bro.
Yeah, I never want to do. I would never want to get into like an MMA fight. Oh man, at all. I was like, man, I would end up like. Might as well just have like the ambulance ready on standby, man, because something major is gonna snap, it's gonna break, and yeah, you're gonna have to rush me to the ER, man. But yeah, I appreciate like the skill level and everything, man. The amount of work that goes in the preparation, all that stuff, man. I was like, I think that's dope, and just seeing like all the training, because people usually just see the fights, and that's all they see, man. But once I started like really like breaking it down, getting into it, man, I was like, there's so much more that goes into it, and there's so much that that even like the weight cutting, I was like, man, there's a lot of stuff you sacrifice. There's a lot of like
what know what up, man. I'm like, man, I want a pizza so bad right now.
Yeah,
and I don't really like pizzas like that because I get it when I get, but now I'm like, man, I want a pizza just because I can't have it. You know what I'm saying? I want a pizza just because I can't have it, And it's hard, man. It's the food thing that's hard.
Yeah.
It's the food thing that's hard, man. The hard work, the workout,
the training.
That's fun
practice.
to me. That's fun to me. It's just wanting to eat.
Yeah.
Just wanting to eat. It's just that's the hard part, man. But if you could, like, I can give myself like a week hump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I get over that week and I'll be maybe hangry during that week, but once I get over that, I'm good. I was like, oh, okay, I get over it. You know what I'm saying? I start pouting and shit, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I know what I'm trying to get right. Cut out all that shit, but
that's crazy.
But yeah, man, the weight cutting, it's not fun.
Man, dude, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up, dog. Man, we've been going at it for a while, so
that's what's up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, Young. Man,
hey, bro, I appreciate you having me. It's all love.
Yeah. So, I know you mentioned your YouTube. I guess people check you out on YouTube. It's
YUNGLARA on YouTube.
Yung Lara, and then
Instagram as well.
There you go, man. Check that guy out, man. I'm gonna link all this stuff in the description, so I'm gonna tag all this stuff on there too. So yeah, man, just go ahead and give him a look, man. For sure, I'm gonna be at your fight. Yeah, man, I want to go see you train too. I just want to go see the gym, dog.
Come on, anytime. It probably most likely gonna be like a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Tuesday or Thursday, because I'm there the most of the times there anyway. So
yeah, man. So we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube. Just search Defynest. That's DEFYNEST. You go to defynest.com. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, all the other podcast streaming platforms. Yeah, man. What else? I think that's about it. Oh, I just get a little update about like the clothing line, man. So yeah, I'm dropping a clothing line. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm dropping a clothing line for this too, man. There's gonna be a Defynest clothing line. And then so
I definitely want to cop.
Yeah, so I'm working on this shirt I call the Day One shirt.
Day One
shirt, man. So it's gonna be for everybody that's been a part of this since the beginning. And then so I'm gonna give you. You're gonna get one of the. I'm gonna give you one of the free shirts. I'm gonna give you a free shirt. Day One shirt.
I'm gonna have a hoodie for you next time from my gym. Next time.
There you go, dog.
You gonna rock my shit. I'll rock your shit.
That's dope, man. So yeah, man. So that's coming. I've had since I mentioned it. I mentioned it probably like 2 podcasts ago. I've had like a total of like 45 minutes to work on the design. So I got the base down. I just got to stylize it. I just got to make it look cool, make it look pretty and stuff like that. But the base is already done. So hopefully like sometime this coming week, I'm gonna get some I just need like maybe a couple hours and I should knock out the design. And then once I do that, then maybe I could give like an official launch date for the clothing line, man.
Yeah,
Let everybody know, man. So what I'm doing with this day one shirt, I'm only making that available for 1 week.
Oh yeah.
So 1 week from the official drop date. That's it, man. Because I really want it for everybody, you know, that's from the beginning that's been listening up to this point, man, to get a chance to either buy it, or I'm gonna give, like, every guest that's been on here, I'm gonna give them a free shirt.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man. Just a little thing I wanted to do, man. So yeah, man. So it's coming. Just want to let y'all know that. And yeah, man. So a new episodes drops every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on YouTube. The audio comes out like a day before, and I think that's it, man.
That's it, baby.
See y'all next time.
Later.